On my wedding day with Alexander Hawthorne, his stepsister Isabel threatened to jump off a building. Alexander abandoned me at the altar, still in my wedding dress, to save her. Facing the mocking eyes of the guests, I publicly announced, whoever comes up here to marry me today, I'll be their bride. 3 years later, Alexander returned to the Hawthorne mansion with Isabel. I was sitting on a leather couch, sipping gourmet soup and binge-watching TV shows. Alexander glared at my swollen belly, gritting his teeth. Whose bastard are you carrying? I took another sip of my soup and smiled lightly. Of course, it's a Hawthorne child. Alexander approached me furiously, yanking me off the couch. You slut. I left with Isabel on our wedding day and haven't been back for 3 years. How could that child possibly be mine? I found it amusing. I never said it was his, and he wasn't the only Hawthorne man. Of course, this child isn't yours. You're not worthy of being its father. Isabel, shocked, spoke up. Sophia, even though Alexander left you at the altar, he still let you keep the Hawthorne name and enjoy the family's wealth. How could you be so shameless as to get pregnant with someone else's child? I glanced at her. Isabel, you're the Hawthorne stepsister, yet you openly seduced your own brother. When it comes to shamelessness, who could compare to you two? Isabel immediately turned to Alexander with a pitiful voice. Alex, for the past 3 years, we've kept our relationship purely platonic, but she's pregnant with another man's child, making you a cuckold. Hearing the word cuckold, Alexander raised his hand and slapped me hard across the face. You whore, you get knocked up by someone else and dare to slander me and Isabel? Get out of the Hawthorne house. The pain on my cheek left me dazed for a few seconds. 3 years ago, when Alexander ran off with Isabel, leaving me alone at the altar to face everyone's mockery, I publicly asked for a husband. It was Alexander's uncle, William Hawthorne, who stepped up and married me. William was known as the Ice King in the city. Since I married him, everyone treated me with utmost respect and courtesy. Since my pregnancy, William had been pampering me, not letting even a hair on my head be harmed. If William found out Alexander had hit me today, there would definitely be bloodshed. To avoid a family tragedy and for the sake of my unborn child, I said coldly, if you leave now, I'll pretend none of this ever happened. But they didn't appreciate my offer. Isabel grabbed my hair. Alex, this bitch is just guilty. She wants to drive us out so she can use that bastard child to take over the Hawthorne fortune. Alexander cursed. You scheming witch, so that's your plan. I won't let you get away with it. I twisted away